Okay, so hi guys. Today we will be starting our lecture on time and work. See, so time and work, you will find a variety of questions on this concept, but it has a very standard approach. And once you get that approach right, then you will be able to solve each and every question. Okay, so I'll be focusing on teaching you that standard approach. Okay, so for see the way to approach a time and work question, so you have to do two things. Okay, so first would be converting the concept or the question to the unitary base, or which is also you must have studied it in your class 9th or 10th, which is called unitary method. Okay, converting everything to one. And the other concept would be based on your intuitions. So this is something which I use, or you can rather call it you can call it a direct or indirect linear variation. But you would never be, in reality you would never be using this concept of the direct or indirect linear variation. You'll be using your intuitions. Okay, let's try and see that how to approach a problem. Okay, so let's see what the unitary base is. Okay, so what we will do is that we will divide our question into two parts. For instance, whatever is given to us, we will keep it to the left. So this is what we are given as what this could be the tool, or this could be the info, and whatever we are expected to calculate, we'll keep it to the right. Okay, for instance, if see the problem is the cost of 20 chocolates is rupees 20. So what would be the cost of 10 chocolates? Let's take this simple question. So what we are expected to find out is the cost of 20 chocolates. So we'll keep it to the right part. And what we are given is the quantity of the chocolate. So we'll keep it to the left. Okay, so let's write it down. So the cost of 20 chocolates is rupees 20. Okay, this is something that we are expected to calculate, the cost of X chocolates. Then what converting to the unitary base or method means is that we'll convert it to the unit thing. Whatever is given on to the left, we'll convert it to 1. So we'll find out what would be the cost of one chocolate. Now, see, based upon your intuition, you will agree with this that obviously the cost of the one chocolate would be less. So you will divide it by 20. Okay, and this is nothing but what is called as a direct variation, direct linear variation. Okay, this is nothing but a linear direct variation. For example, more is the number of chocolates, more would be the cost. Less is the number of chocolates, less will be the cost. Okay, so you are applying that based upon your intuition. You are never using direct or indirect linear variations. Okay. Okay, so cost of one chocolate would be this. And what we are expected to find out? Cost of, so we converted it to the unit base. So standard 1 has been followed. We used the intuition method and the standard 2 is also followed. Now we can proceed forward. So the cost of the 10 chocolates would be, of course, based upon our intuition, that would be more. So this is like 1 into 10, and that is nothing but rupees 10. Okay, so what we will do is whatever is given that 15 men are doing this work in these number of days, or 15 men working 8 hours is doing the work in these number of days, or a can is able to fill it in these number of hours. So all these concepts, what we'll do is we'll convert it to the unit first. We'll see that what one man can do, what one man in 1 hour can do, and what the tank or the tap is filling in 1 hour, we'll do that part. Okay, and then we'll follow our intuitions. Okay. Okay, on the similar way, way, if you are given that, okay, so suppose you are given with a question like 10 men are doing some work in 5 days. Okay, just write it down. So you are expected to calculate that how many number of days 5 men are finishing their work in. Okay, so see this, just take that work to be 1. Okay, so there are 10 men doing one work in 5 days. Okay, so this is on to the right and this is on to the left, converting to the unit. So one man will do one work. So what we have to do, of course, a single man would take more number of days, that is 5 into 10, and this is what the concept of indirect linear variation is. But we are never using it. It is simply based upon our intuition. That is, more is the number of men, less would be the number of days they will take. Less is the number of men, more is the number of days that they will take. So you can see men is directly proportion to number of days. Here the cost is directly proportion to quantity of chocolates. Okay. So you can clearly observe that, but we will never use this concept. We'll be using simply our intuitions. Okay. So 5 men. So we have a complete unit over here. Now 5 men will do one work in, of course we know that now they will be taking lesser number of days. Okay. So divide by 5 and that is nothing but 10 days. Okay. So we'll always follow this standard approach. We'll keep it to the left. We'll keep it, whatever is given to us, we'll keep it to the left. What we are expected to calculate, we'll keep it to the right. Then we will convert everything to the unit base, and then the rest is the following our intuitions. Okay. 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 So there's also one concept that people generally, okay, I'll share this concept also. Okay. Okay. So if whatever you are calculating is greater than 1, for example, say you are calculating cost of 20 chocolates. Okay, so you are calculating cost of 20 chocolates, which is above it was given, okay, rupees 20. Okay, so cost of 20 chocolates is rupees 20. Now what we are expected to find, the cost of one chocolate. Now since this value of 20 chocolates, so see this, 20 is greater than 1. So whenever we feel that a value will reduce, what we will do is we will divide. Okay, and we will divide directly, like this is 20 by 20. So what we are doing is that since the value that we are supposed to calculate is greater than 1, or what we are dividing or multiplying, what we are dividing with is greater than 1, so directly divide it. You'll get it here. Okay, for instance, say cost of 20 chocolates is rupees 20. Say you can do half and all of that. Okay, so the cost of the half chocolate would be, okay, so cost of half chocolate would be, now you know that, okay, so the cost of 20 chocolates is given as this. Okay, so the cost of 20 chocolates is given as such. Now you know that it will be less. Okay, see this. So cost of half chocolate would be this. So let's talk about, okay, so the cost, okay, first we need to convert it to the unit base. Okay, so this is like cost of one chocolate would be rupees 1. Okay, 20 by 20. So we know that of course it would be divided straight. Now we are expected to find out cost of half chocolate. So we know that it would be further less. So we cannot do 1 by 2. We cannot do this. We cannot do this because it is something less than 1. So if a quantity is less than 1, if a value is less than 1 and you feel that it will reduce, then instead of dividing, you will multiply. People generally do mistakes in this. That's why I'm clarifying it again and again. If value that you want to calculate or seek to calculate is less than 1, and you feel that, if you feel that it should be less, whatever is the result should be less, then if, see this, okay, let's make a table for that. Okay, let's make a table for that, for our clarity on intuitions. Okay, so this is like value, whatever we are, value is less than 1 or value is greater than 1. Okay, and value is greater than 1. Okay, so if you feel that the output will reduce, then what you will do is you will multiply with that quantity, like multiply by 1.5. If you feel the value will reduce, then you will directly divide by that quantity. Okay, if you feel that the value will rise or the value will increase, so for value greater than, okay, so for example x is 2, if you feel that the cost will increase now, so what you will do, you will multiply by 2. If you feel that the value will increase, in case the value is less than 1, then what you will do is you will divide by, half. Okay, you will divide by half. So that would rather convert to, okay, so you will divide by half. If you feel the value will increase, then you will divide. If you feel the value will reduce, then you will multiply by that. Okay, okay, I hope you got the concept. So whatever is the value, if the value is less than 1, then just be careful. If you are think that the value will reduce, then you multiply it. It is very simple because it is something less than 1. So if in case you want to basically reduce that value, you will have to multiply by it. In case you feel that the value should increase, then you have to basically divide by that value. Okay, that would be a rare case, but this is something very common. Okay, so I hope you got that concept. Okay, so just I'll advise you to go through it once again, all this unitary method converting to the standard formula, because once you get it, then everything is done. Okay, so now let's look at that, some of the questions that we generally face or some concepts related to this. Okay, so this was something, so this like cost of 20 chocolates or 15 men doing this work. So this was something that was purely based upon the unitary method. Okay, this was a concept that was based on the unitary method. Now the very important type of the questions that we normally have, continuing on the same line, is okay, so it would be like A is doing, for example, A is doing some work, say one work. We generally take one complete work. So A is doing some work in 10 days, or B is doing some work in 12 days, that same work. Okay, so we know that if he is completing the entire work in 10 days, so what would be his 1 day work? Every time you are given these questions like inlet, outlet, even like for tap questions or leak questions, always compute what they would be doing in 1 hour or what they would be doing in 1 day and all that stuff. Okay, so we are clearly aware. Okay, so if in 10 days if in 10 days he is doing one work, then in one day he would be doing, of course, 1/10 work. So always compute their one day work, convert it to the unitary base, use your intuition. Similarly, okay, so B would be 1/12. Similarly, if it is given that, if it is given like that, some tap is there and it fills it in this, it fills it in this, and a leak is there, it empties it in this, and then you will have questions like that, what would be their entire number of days, or what would be the number of days that they would take. So see, on working on one day, he is able to complete 1/10 work. So similarly, with the help of B, so they would be able to complete this amount of work. Okay, and this would turn out to be something like 120, and this is like 22. So in one day, they are actually able to complete. They are actually able to complete 22/120 work. So how much work they will do? How many number of days they'll take? Of course, 120/22. And you will find a lot of questions on that, like negative work. For example, if A is building a wall and B is breaking a wall, so it is taking him 10 number of days. So one day work would be this. So that would be negative work. And we will approach it like this. We'll do the subtraction part, similar to the concept of the leak. So if he is filling it in 5 hours and he is emptying it in the 10 hours, so we will use this. This would be their 1 hour working together. So this concept we would be using, okay, inlet, outlet, and all those stuff. See, it is very similar to the unitary method itself. Okay, then then continuing on the similar lines, you will find some questions based on efficiencies and all. So there is nothing different as well, like efficiencies or what should be the money distribution. So for example, if I say A is twice as efficient as B, twice as efficient as B. So what I'll do is I will always do it in the I will always do it in the terms that what is the one day work of this. See, if the one day work of A is 1/x, and if he is twice as efficient as B, that is, he is able to complete twice the time, he is able to complete, see, if he is able to complete this amount of work and he is twice efficient, then in a single day, he would be able to complete, B would be able to complete 1/2x work, half of this. This is actually one day work of A. One day work of A. So obviously the one day work of B would be one day work. One day work of B would be half of that, and that is why we have divided by 2. If they say A is 2 times more efficient, okay, something like this, 2 times more efficient. Okay, so it means 2 times more. That is, whatever efficient B is B. For example, if he is basically completing it in 1 hour, if he is completing it in 3 hours, then he is completing it in a single hour. Okay, 2 times more efficient. So if it is like 1/x, then this would be not 2x, this would be 3x. That is x plus 2x. Okay, so this is like one day work of A, and he is 3 times efficient as compared to this. Okay, so this is the way that their one day work would be written out. And if you basically want to calculate the efficiency, so go for it. This would be like 1/3x is to 1/3x. This is like one day work. So one day work, the reverse of that would be the number of the days that they would be taking. Okay, more is the number of the days, less would be the efficiency. So now since it's a ratio, then you can obviously approach it like this: 3x into 3x, and this would be like 3:1. So this is the efficiency, this is the ratio of efficiency, or this is also the ratio of the pay. Ratio of the pay, that is 3:1. Always write it in the terms of the work done, the work they are able to do in one day. That would be very easy, and you will never get confused. If efficiency is given, just try to analyze that what could be. Just try to analyze that. Okay, you can also analyze it like, okay, so if he is doing it in 3x days, obviously he'll be doing it divide by 3 times, so that is x days. If he is 2 times efficient as this, he would be doing is this, that is if he is receiving double the pay of that. Okay, if he is doing double, he is receiving double the pay of that, then he would be doing in these number of days, and he would be doing in 1/2x number of days. That is, he would be taking twice as more as days as compared to A, if A is receiving more money or twice the money. Okay, I think you got that concept. Okay, whatever is given, just try to convert it into the work done into their 1 day work or 1 hour work, 1 day 1 hour work, and all that stuff. Okay, then one question would be where you will have men and women involved together. Women and men involved together. So this is also a question type that you will find. So okay, where men and women involved together. For example, the question would be given like 5 men and 7 women are doing their work in 5 days. So what would 2 men and 4 women would end up in, and all those stuff. And in that also we will be following it in the same approach. For example, say 1 day work of a man is 1 day work of a single man is 1/x. So 5 men would be 5/x. So this is the 1 day work. This is the 1 day work done by the 5 men. Similarly, if the 1 day work of woman is y, then this could be written as 7/y. And since they are able to complete it in 5 days, so their 1 day work would be 1/5. Okay, so from here we'll get the equation 1. This would be like 2/x plus 4/y is equal to, and we will be able to find out this. This would be given, obviously. This cannot be true because you have to have the two equations, two variables. So this would be given in 10 days. Say 10 days. So they will be asking you that what is the value of x and what is the value of y. Okay, so questions like this would also be given. On a broader aspect, you just remember that whatever is given, convert it to the unit base. Convert it to the unit base based upon your intuitions, and that would ease up your work. Okay. Now we will basically take up some questions and do the questions, and the concept will become more clearer to you. Okay. So we'll do the questions on each and every concept, and you'll be able to get it, that what we have learned in this entire chapter. Okay, so let's start with some questions. Okay, so this is something based upon the pure unitary method. Okay, unitary method and intuitions. So these questions are based upon that. Okay, let's look at first question. So X number of men can finish a piece of work in 30 days. If there were 6 men more, okay, that is X plus X, the work could be finished in 10 days less. Okay, so that would be 20 days. What is the original number of men? Okay, so see, nothing is unknown over here, but we just have to find that value of x. So you could do it very simply. So x men are doing the work in 30 days. Okay, so one man would do that work in, of course, he'll be taking more number of days. So this is like 30 upon x. Let's assume that 20 is something that is not that we are okay. This 20 we doesn't know of that. Okay, and then you have like x plus 6 men. Of course, then as compared to 1, they would be doing the work in the lesser number of days. So this would be like 30x upon x plus 6, and this is nothing but 20. So this is like 30x is equals to 20x plus 120. So this would be 20x. So you could easily get it that 10x is equals to 120, and this x is nothing but 12. So initially 12 men were there who were being employed. So you saw that it's a basic question of unitary method. Okay, let's look at the next question now. Okay, so 30 men working 5 hours a day, multidimensional. Okay, in how many days? See, this is a very pure question. Okay, just do it quick. 30 men working 5 hours a day took 16 days. We are expected to calculate number of days. So one man working 5 hours a day would obviously take more number of days. That is 16 into 30. So one man working 1 hour a day, that would be even more number of days. This is like 30 into 5. Now, in how many days? 20 men. So 20 men will of course take lesser number of days. Working 6 hours, well, of course, compare it with this. Compare with the row 1 above it. Okay. So they would be taking lesser number of days. So this would be like 20 into 6. And let's cancel it out. So this is like 5. Okay, then this gets cancelled by 4, and this is nothing but 20. So they will end up doing the work in 20 days. Okay, let's extend the dimensions now. Let's extend the dimensions further down. It hardly makes a difference. You have to convert it to the unitary measurement. Okay, so 20 men. Okay, 20 men. How many days? Okay, how many days? So we are we'll to the right we will keep the number of days. So 20 men working 8 hours a day can complete a wall of length 200 meter, breadth 10 meter, height 20 meter in 10 days. Okay, so one man 8 hour 200 meter this will of course take more number of days, that is 10 into 20. Okay, one man 1 hour, of course he'll take more number of days because now he is working only 1 hour each day. So this would be like 20 into 8. Now he has to build a wall of 1 meter. So just remember it that now it would be lesser number of days because now he has to construct. So this would be a direct relationship. Okay, this would be a direct relationship. So divided by 200. Similarly, if the breadth is 1 meter, then this would be into 10, and then this would be 20. Okay, so this is given like this. Okay, so then you have like, just do the reverse. Whenever you start replacing this men when it would be greater than 1, of course you would be doing the reverse wala part. So this will be like 10 into 20 into 8 upon 200 into 10 into 20. Okay, so this is the number of the days that one man working 1 hour to construct a 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth, and 1 meter height will take. Now, so 20 men. Now see this, 25 men. Of course they will take a lesser number of days. Okay, lesser number of days. So this will be like 25. 25 men working how many hours? 12 hours. Will of course take lesser number of days. Okay, I feel that it should be less, so I'm simply dividing. If the value would have been less than 1, I would have multiplied with that. Okay, 12 hours a day to build a wall of length 400 meter. Now it would take more number of days. Breadth of 10 meters, more number of days. Height of 15 meters, more number of days. And you sort it, you can basically solve it out. Okay, so this would be 1, this would be 2, this get cancelled by this get cancelled by this. Okay, then you have like, okay, so this is 5, this is 3, okay, this is 2, okay, then this is like 2 into 3 is 6, okay, so this is 2 and this is nothing but, okay, this will get cancelled by this and this is like 8, so you will have 8 days. So these were the questions based upon the pure unitary set. Okay, you just have to have that sense that when it is getting 1, whether you need to divide, whether you need to multiply. Okay, that is a very simple question, Okay, now let's see set 2. So this is based upon all that stuff. So A is working in these number of days, B is working in these number of days, and what would be their combined work, what would be the work he would do alternatively if he left or if he comes in, if some more people comes in, and all that stuff. And along with that also the questions of leaks or taps are given with this. Okay, so this first question is a very good question. Okay, so you'll get almost everything regarding work done from that. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so A can do a piece of work in 10 days. Okay, and B can do it in this. Find how much time they will take to complete the work under the following conditions. Let's take the A part now. Okay, let's take the A part now. So working together. Okay, I had already told you, just write the work, 1 day work. So 1 day work of A would be 1 by 10, 1 day work of B would be 1 by 12. So if you basically add it up, because they both will be working on that day na, so the amount of the work that they will end up doing is, so this is 22 by 120, and that is nothing but 11 by 60. So this is the amount of the work that they are doing working together. This is the amount of the work that they are doing working together in 1 day. So what would be the number of the days? Of course 60 by 11, and it has to be very quick. So okay, 60. So 1 by 11 is nothing but, okay, 9.09%. Okay, so this is like 0.0909, and if you basically do it like this, so this would be like 10, say it get cancelled, so this would be like 0.909, and this would be nothing but 5.454. so these number of days they would take working together. Okay, let's take the next question now. So limited space I have, but that's enough to solve these sort of questions. Okay, B. So working alternatively starting with A. Okay, so it means that on first day A is working, then followed by B, then A, then B, then A. Okay, so on one day, on first day, 1 by 10 amount of work was completed. On second day, 1 by 12 amount of work was completed. On third day, another 1 by 10 amount of work was completed, and in this similar manner we have to complete one work. Okay, so just try and see this. So we are aware that that 1 by 10 plus 1 by 12, so this would be nothing but 11 by 60. Okay, 11 by 60. So on first 2 days, we are actually completing. On 2 days we are actually completing 11 by 60 work. Okay, on the similar set, just try and see this. On the similar set, on the similar 5 days, on the similar 5 sets, we would end up doing 55 by 60 work. Isn't it? That we would end up doing this amount of work. So this is like first 2 days, next 2 days, so this would be like 10 days. So 10 days though it is taking. Now the amount of the work left is 5 by 60 for the 11th day, that is 1 by 12. Okay, so 1 by 12, and this, and on 11th, whose turn it is? Whose turn it is? It is the turn of A, who is doing 1 by 10 work. So of course if 1 by 12, of course if 1 by 12, see this, see if 1 by 12, see if he has to do 1 by 12 work, and on the entire day he can do 1 by 10, on the entire day he can do, okay, so just try and see this. So the entire day he can do 1 by 10. So obviously he would not take that entire 11th day. So this would be 0 point something something, but not 1. So this would be in less than 11 days. In less than 11 days they would end up. You can find the exact value, that if the one day, if 1 by 10 work he is doing in, see, if 1 by 10 work he is doing in 1 day, so one work he will do in 10 days. So 1 by 12 work he will do it in these number of days. Okay, so you can calculate that, okay, and that would come out to be less than, less than 1 day, okay, you can do that. So that the answer would be less than 11 days. Okay, then you are given working alternatively starting with B. Okay, so see this, now the series has changed. Just try and see this, so it is just the order that has changed. Okay, it is the order that has just changed. So this is like 1 by 10 plus 1 by 12. Then on the third day again, okay, the order has changed. So first it is the turn of B now, then 1 by 10 is of A, then third day is B, and similarly they go and on. So we know that for the first 2 days they will end up working 11 by 60. So for the next 5 set of 2 days they will be able to complete 55 by 60. So 10 days it will obviously take, plus on the 11th day 5 by 60, that is 1 by 12 work has to be done, and this work, and whose turn is on the 11th day? It is on the 11th day, it is the turn of B, and 1 day work of B is 12 itself. So this would take a 1 entire day. So this would be 11 days exact. Okay, this would be exactly 11 days. Okay, I think you're getting this. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, now let's talk about the other question. If B leaves 2 days before the actual completion of the work, okay, so if B leaves 2 days before the actual completion of the work, for instance they were working together, I suppose for this question they were working together, so A plus B, so their 1 day work we could easily find out that it was 11 by 60. So they were working, and just before this completion of 2 days B left, and here the work was completed. So we can say, okay, for the remaining 2 days who worked? Only the A. Now if 1 day work of A is 1 by 10, then what would be his work for 2 days? Of course 1 by 5. Okay, this would be like 2 na. Okay, so for 2 days, so what is the amount of the work? So he basically end up doing 1 by 5 work in these 2 days. So for these number of days 4 by 5 amount of the work was done. Okay, now just try and see this. So okay, so if 11 by 60 work A and B are doing in 1 day, so one work they will do it in, of course more number of days, that is 60 by 11 days. Okay, so they'll take it, see this is something less than 1. I feel that it should be more, so I divided by this quantity and I got this 60 by 11. That is what I was talking about when I was discussing that value less than 1 and value greater than 1. Okay, so one work is done in this. So 4 by 5 work would be done in, see, the value is less than 1. I feel that it should be more. So what I'll do is that I would, okay, I feel, see, one work is being done in these number of days. So this, okay, I feel that 4 by 5 work should be done in lesser number of days. So I should divide, but rather since the value is less than 1, I will multiply. So this is like 60 by 11 into 4 by 5. Okay, and this is like 12, and this is nothing but 48 by 11 plus 48 by 11 plus 2 days. So this is the number of the days, this is the number of the days that they would be taking. Okay, so okay, you can, okay, so this is like 48 by 11. So this would be like 4 plus 4 by 11 plus 2 days. So this would be like 6 plus 4 by 11. Now this is like 4 into 0.0909. So this is like 6 plus 4.3636. Okay, sorry, 0.04. So this would be 6.3636 days. Okay, so this is the number of the days that they would actually take. Okay, let's come to the next question now. Okay, if B leaves 2 days before the scheduled completion of the work. Okay, let's see this. So this is how is it different is, okay, how this is different from the how this is different from B is, okay, just try and see this. So we know that they were actually doing 1 day work. Their 1 day work was this. So they were actually supposed to do it in 60 by 11 days. This was the part, na? Okay, just try and see this. 1 by 12 plus 1 by 12. So this was 22 by 120, and this is 11 by 60. Yes. So these were the number of the days that they were actually supposed to do their or end up their work in. That is 60 by 11. So this was actually the scheduled this. Now if B leaves before 2 days before this, so basically 60 by 11 minus 2. So that is nothing but 38 by 11. Okay, that is nothing but 38 by 11. So this is the number of the days, that they worked together for, and then the rest of the work was completed by, okay, so this is the number of the days that they basically worked for. Okay, so in 60 by 11 days they could finish up with one work. Okay, so one work, so in 1 day they would have actually finished up by lesser number of days. See, they could have finished less work. So you will basically divide. So this is like 60 into 11. Okay, so they were basically doing 11 by 60 work. This is what actually their 1 day work was. Okay, so in 38 by 11 days they would actually finish up doing some more. So this is like 38 by 11. So this get cancelled by this, and this is nothing but 22 by 60. Okay, so this is nothing but 38 by 60. Okay, so this was actually the amount of the work that these people completed in 38 by 11 days. So what was the amount of the work left? 22 by 60. This was the amount of the work that had to be done further. Okay, that had to be done further. Now who was left? So who was left? Only A was left. Okay, so one work he was doing in 10 days. Okay, one work he was doing in 10 days. So 20 by 60 work, he will of course take lesser number of days, that is 10, and since the value is less than 1 and I feel that it should be divided, I will just multiply. So this will be like 20 by 60, and this will get cancelled by this, and this would be 3 point, and this would be 3 point. So this will be like 38 by 11. Okay, just try and see this. So they were actually doing it in 38 by 11 days. So we were left with 22 by 60 work, and he was doing this amount of the work in this number of days. Okay, we have missed out something. Okay, so have we missed out on something? Okay, this is like 3 point, and okay, 18, and this would be like 6. Okay, 3.6, then okay, just try and see this. 40 3.66 something. Okay, this would be like 3.66 something. Okay, then you are given with this, and above that you are given with, so this was the number of the days that they could end up in, and this is nothing but 38 by 11. So this is nothing but 3 point, okay, 33 5, it could be 4, okay, 3.45 something. So this is like 3.45 plus 3.66 something, and this would be 7 days plus. This would be something like 7 days plus. Okay, so this is the number of the days that they would end up doing their work in. Okay, so the answer is no. This is actually given incorrect. Okay, we have, I think we have, okay, this is like 38 by 11, this is like 38 by 60, 28 by 60, 22 and a half work, so 10 days, 10, 60, 22 by 60, so this would be 3.66 something, and this is, okay, I think what I did was, I think when I marked that answer, what I calculated was, it was like 4.45 plus 3.66, so that's why I wrote it like this, 9 days plus. Okay, so because it is actually leaving 2 days before, so this had to be subtracted from that, and this would be close to 7 days plus. Okay, so this answer is correct. This answer is correct. So you can correct it here. Okay, I'll correct it here, that it is actually 7 days plus. Okay, you calculate the exact value. I'm just doing it in approx work. Okay, so if another person C who does the negative work, that is work against A and B, and completely destroy the work in 20 days, joins them, and they work together all the time. Okay, so this is the concept of a negative work, that someone is doing a negative work. So that would be very simple. That is 1 by 12. Okay, 1 by 12, 1 by 10, 1 by 10. 1 by 10 is A's 1 day work, 1 by 12 is B's 1 day work, and then you are given by someone doing a negative work in 20 days. So this would be like, okay, so do this. So this will be like into 2, and this would be like 1 by 20 plus 1 by 12, and that would be nothing but directly 32 by 240. Okay, and this is nothing but 4 by 30. This is nothing but 215, and this is like 7.5 days. So this is the concept of the negative work. Okay. So this question was a very good question, because we have almost covered each and every concept in this. Okay, let's move forward and let's look at this another question. A cistern is normally filled in 6 hours, but takes 4 hours longer to fill because of the bottom. Okay, just try and see this. So if only the tap is turned on, so they will fill it in the 10 hours. So their 1 hour work would be 1 by 10. Now if because of some leak or a cistern is filled this, but takes 4 hours longer to fill because of the bottom. Okay, this is some sort of a leak. Okay, so suppose this leak is emptying it in this. See, the per hour work of the leak always has to be less as compared to what is filling in. That would be the condition where you will have the tank filling in. Okay, so this acts this x would be greater than 10, but this 1 day work, this 1 hour work would always be less. Okay, and this is like, and okay, so this is like, okay, so 1 by 6, actually this was taking like this, so 1 by 6 minus 1 upon x is equals to 4 hour longer is 1 by 10, and now you can calculate that x. So 1 by x would be equals to 1 by 6 minus 1 by 10, and that is nothing but 4 by 60, and that is nothing but 1 by 15. Okay, so that was really quick. Okay, let's take a look at the other question. This is something good. Okay, there are 3 taps A, B and C in a tank. Okay, they can fill the tank, okay, in 10 hours. Okay, something is missing in this question. Okay, some part of the question is, I think, missing, but okay, as far as I can recall this question, so this was something like there are 3 taps A, B, C and this in a tank. They can fill the tank in 10 hours, 25 hours. Okay, so I think B was 20 hours, and this was like, at first all of them are opened simultaneously. Tap C is closed, okay, and A and B are kept running after the 4th hour. Okay, so this was actually the second. Okay, so what is the scenario is that you start from 0. Okay, after 2 hours, see, A plus B plus C, both 3 of them were working at till this point. After 4 hours, so for the next till 4 hour, only A and B was working and C was switched on, and then the remaining work or the entire filling is done by the tap A alone. Okay, so just try and see this. So the 1 day work is this 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20 plus 1 by 25. Okay, so what could be the LCM of that? 100. This is like 10 plus 5 plus 4. So that is nothing but, so their 1 day work, 1 hour work combined would be 19 by 100. So this is the amount of the work. See, if filling the tank is a 1 work, then the amount of the tank that they are able to fill in 1 hour is 19 by 100. So for the first 2 hours, 3 of them will be running. So 38 by 100 of the 38 by 100 of the 38 by 100 38 by 100 of 38 by 100 of the tank will be filled. Okay, then you have like all of them are opened simultaneously. Then after C, only this is working. So this is like 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20, and this is nothing but 20, and this is nothing but, okay, this is nothing but 3. So okay, you multiply it by 5. So this is like 5. So this is like 15 by 100. So for the next 2 hours, they are actually operating it at 1 hour they are filling it 15 by 100 of the tank. So okay, 15 by 100 of the tank. Okay, so they are doing this amount of the work. So for the next 2 hours, they will be doing 30 by 100 amount of the work. Okay, 30 by 100. So that would be nothing but, so this is the amount of the work that we end up doing in the first 4 hours. Okay, so this is nothing but 68 by 100. So what is the amount of the work done left to be done? 32 by 100. Okay, now see this, 32 by 100 is actually the amount of the work that has to be done. Okay, so this work will be done entirely. Now see this, find the percentage done by the tap A by itself. So just try and see this. So 32 out of 100 will be filled by A itself in the last some hours. Okay, depending upon that what he is doing in the 1 hour. So but what we are asked is, find the percentage done by tap A by itself. See this. So if 100 amount of the tank, if 100 liters of the tank had to be filled, so 32 it will fill alone, that is for sure. But also in the first 4 hours, he was actually filling in 1 by 10, or he was actually filling in 10 by 100 of the tank. So for the 4 hours, he would basically fill by 40 by 100 plus 32 by 100 he will fill in over here. So out of 100 liters, he is actually filling in the 72 out of 100 liter of the tank. And that is what we are actually asked on. That is what is the percentage, or find the percentage done by the tap A itself. So see this. So for the first 4 hours, he was continuously, he is always, for per hour, he is always operating it, or he is always filling in 10 by 100th of the tank. So for the first 4 hours, he filled up 40 by 100 of the tank, that is this. And then for after 4 hours, the entire responsibility of 32 by 100 was left to him. So he ended up doing the 72% work himself or itself. Okay. So this was a very good question. Okay. Okay. You could have calculated it separately, that what was the individual work done of A. Then he was supposed to do 32 by 100 work. So he was supposed to do that 32 by 100 work. Na? So you could have made that. And then individually I was able to realize, because every hour he is doing 1 by 10. So every hour he is actually doing 10 by 100. So next 10 by 100, next 10 by 100, next 10 by 100. Okay. That's the way I calculated 40 by 100 of that. Okay. Okay. Now let's come to the next set now. So this set is basically about the efficiency concept, that we people efficiency concept, and questions combined on men and women. Okay, so what you were doing is, you actually had single entity. For example, 15 men doing this in this is this number of hours. 15 women doing this in this number of hours. Now you will have multiple entities. Like you will have women and men combined, boys and men combined. So you will have those double entities. Okay. Okay. So let's try and see this. It is very simple. Okay. Just try and see this. 12 men and 16 boys can do a piece of work in 15 days. 5 days. Okay. 13 men and 24 boys can do it in 4 days. Compare the daily work done by a man with that of a man. Okay. So just assume it that okay, just assume that 1 day work of a man is this, and 1 day work of a boy is this. Okay, and you have to basically compare the daily work done by the men with that of this. Okay, if 12 men and 16 boys can do a piece of work in this. Okay, so 1 day work for 12 men would be 12 upon m. Okay, next 1 day work for 16 boys would be 16 by b. Okay, they are doing that piece of work in 5 days. It is known. So their 1 day work could also be written as 1 by 5. Similarly, 13 men, okay, plus 4 boys, okay, could do this work in 4 days. Okay, then it is very simple. Okay, just assume that 1 by m is equals to x and 1 by b is equals to y, and this will be like 12x plus 16y is equals to 1 by 5, and 13x plus 24y is equals to 1 by 4. 2 variable, 2 equation, get the value of x, get the value of y. You can directly get, once you get x and y, you can directly put it in here. Or you can get 1 by m. So you will get 1 by m. If x is equals to this, so m would be 1 by x. Okay, that is the 1 day work. Their 1 day work. Okay, so this is very simple. You just have to solve the equations here. Okay, okay, next question. Manoj takes twice as much time as Anjay, okay, and thrice as much time as Vijay. Okay, so just try and see this. So if Anjay is taking x days, so his 1 day work would be 1 upon x. Manoj takes twice as much time. Okay, so his efficiency would be half of that. his efficiency would be half of that. So this is like 3x. Okay, sorry, this would be 2x. Okay, so this is the 1 day work of Manoj. And thrice, okay, thrice as much as, okay, so say Vijay was doing it in y days. Now this 2x is also equal to 3y. Okay, if he is doing it, okay, see, if it is doing in thrice as much as time as this, so his efficiency would be thrice of that. So this 3x is equals to 2x. Now obviously y would be equal to, you can replace this y, no? So this would be 2x by 3. Okay, so you could replace this y. So this is like 2x by 3. This is the efficiency of this. So this is like 1 by x, 1 by 2x plus 1 by x plus 3 by 2x. And this is equals to, what is their 1 day work? They finish their work in 1 day. So their 1 day work is also 1. So this is like, take 2x common, and this is like 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equals to 1, and 2x is equals to 6. 2x is equals to 6, x is equals to 3. X is equals to 3. So you get Anjay's work. So what is the time taken by the Manoj? Obviously 6 days. Okay, what would be the amount of the work taken by Vijay? Of course, since it is thrice of that, so this would be 2 days. Okay, this would be 2 days. This is how you have to follow the questions of efficiencies. Whether, okay, you can do this. Either over here, write what is the number of the days that they take, or rather do it directly in the terms of the efficiency. For example, if the efficiency of Anjay was x and he was taking twice more time, Manoj was taking twice more time, so obviously his efficiency would be half of him. Okay, let's see the next question now. Okay, so this is given as 8 men can do a work in 12 days, okay, and 12 women can do it in 10 days. Okay, in how many days can 12 men and 15 women can complete the same work? Okay, so just try and see this. So 8 men, let's say single men, 1 day work of this is 1 day work of a man is 1 by m, 1 day work of a woman is 1 by. So 8 men, 1 day work would be 8 upon m, and that is nothing but 1 by 12. Okay, and 20 women, 1 day work is nothing but 1 by 10. Okay, so 1m would be 1 by 96. 1 day work of a woman would be 1 by 200. Now they are saying in how many days can 12 men, just try and see this. So 1 day work of 12 men would be 12 by 96. That is 15 women would be 15 by 200. And this is the amount of the work that 12 men and 15 women are doing in this. So this is nothing but 1 by 8. This is nothing but 3 by 40. This is nothing but 5 into 5. That is nothing but 8 by 40. And this is nothing but 5 days. So they will end up doing their work in 5 days. You just have to follow one simple rule or one simple thing. Convert it to the unit base. Always talk about whether it is efficiency, whether it is the pay scale. Always talk about in the terms of the amount of the work done. And also if you are comparing the efficiency, just try to, efficiency should always be in the terms of that what is the 1 day work. What is the 1 day work of a man is to what is the 1 day work of a woman. For instance, if you want to calculate efficiency, never compare it. Never compare it ki the man is taking 96 days and he is taking 200 days. That is wrong. You have to complete the efficiency in the amount of the work that they are doing in 1 day. So this is like 1 by 96 is to 1 by 200. Now if you will take LCM of that, 200 is to 96. And it is so obvious. If he is taking lesser number of days, obviously his efficiency has to be more. Okay. So yes. So that's I think we have covered a lot. Okay, just for every question always follow the standard procedure, convert it to the unit thing, always follow the intuitions and read the question well. and you will never end up doing a question on time and work wrong. Okay, then okay, so we did the question, we did all the theory part, we did everything as far as the theory was concerned. Then we did first set based upon that specific unitary method or unitary concept. Second concept we did was like combined work, he left, he came in, taps and inlets and leakages and all that stuff. And last we talked about efficiencies, combined or multiple entities, all those concepts we did. So this is I think that is more than enough. That is more than enough. You would end up doing every question in any management exam. Further, for your example, you can always take up the examples. Take Arun Sharma. So you can take up the examples. You can follow LOD 1. LOD 2 would be or more on tougher part, and I don't think that there is any need for that. You can skip the LOD 2 and all. But LOD 1 you should fill up. LOD 2 you should do, and also try to solve CAT previous year questions. Okay, previous year. If you are able to get it, previous year question, you'll basically follow it. You'll basically solve it in your test series. In case you can do it, also do the CAT previous year question, and you'll find that this video was really helpful. Okay, so that's all from this video. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, that's all.